Hey guys, so as you know from my intro video, I got braces. So I officially am a brace face, guys, and I want to come back and give you guys an update and fill you in on my process as well as how it's been living with braces this first month. So I decided to go for a method called 6-month braces. If you don't know what that is, definitely refer to my first video where I go into detail about what it is, how I found it, and the cost. So like I mentioned in video 1, I used a website to help me find dentists in my area that specialize in this particular treatment. I booked my consultation, everything went smoothly, and I decided to proceed with braces. So the first step was my records appointment, and the records appointment is basically x-rays and impressions. I'm sure most of you have gotten dental x-rays before, so it's nothing really new. First, they do a set of x-rays of your complete 360, so you have to stand in the middle of this machine that sort of rotates around you. You cannot wear any metal, as with most x-rays, so if you do have facial piercings or earrings or a tongue ring like I did, those gotta go. So I would probably recommend not wearing a wig with metal wig clips, just in case you don't want to have to be forced to take off your wig as well. Luckily, I was not wearing a wig. So once they do that, they go ahead and take individual x-rays, close up of your jaw and alignment and all that good stuff. And the second step was the impressions. I had never done impressions before. I've never had a mouth guard or anything like that, so I wasn't sure what to expect. The experience was pretty gross, as I sort of went into on my vlog channel. But that was the worst of it. There was no pain involved at all in my records appointment. Now, a week later, I came back from my install, you guys, and I was so nervous. So for the first step for me, I actually had a filling that I had to get fixed before he could put the braces on. So he fixed my filling first. It was really quick, really efficient. After the filling was fixed, we went on to the actual braces process. And the first step was sort of polishing the teeth a little bit. And that was pretty normal. It kind of felt like, you know, the last step that you have in your cleaning when they go in and polish. It felt just like that. So no pain again. Once they were all polished up, they went ahead and cemented the brackets to each of my teeth. So that process took a while. That was sort of the longest portion of the appointment. It was not painful at all, like I mentioned. It was probably more awkward than anything else. They had to put a mouth guard in to keep my cheeks away from my teeth, sort of to keep the surface area dry while they were cementing the brackets. The next step was reopening my gaps. So he went ahead and used a little tool to sort of file off the bonding from between my teeth, my front teeth. And that, again, did not hurt. It felt just like vibrating. And once the gap was reopened, then he went ahead and put the wires on, and that was it, you guys. I think the whole thing took maybe like an hour and 10 minutes approximately. So once they were in, they gave me the whole rundown, the whole spiel. They gave me care instructions and taught me how to clean my teeth and floss my teeth and take care of my braces. They gave me a rundown on foods to stay away from. You know, you want to stay away from anything really hard that might damage the brackets. And of course, you want to stay away from foods that might stain. Not that they damage, but just because you don't want to walk around with stained elastics on your mouth. So they gave me a toothbrush, an electrical toothbrush by Oral-B with a special head on it that they recommend for orthodontics, and it's a really nice toothbrush. I actually looked it up. It's worth about $150, so that was a nice little bonus. So these are my braces. The brackets are clearish, kind of like a rubber color, and then the wire is white. Now, in my initial video, I explained to you that 2 of my teeth are twisted on a 90-degree angle. Those teeth do not have any brackets on them, so the first step is making space for them to rotate. So those ones don't have brackets on yet, just the rest of them to sort of shift them in order to make room for those 2. So I'll definitely come back and update you once I get my first adjustment, which is coming up in a week. So yeah, I can't believe I've had them for almost a month already. It's pretty crazy. The first month has been an adjustment. It's just a matter of getting used to the feeling of having all this stuff in your mouth. But it has not been painful at all. Now, I do have a pretty big overbite. So to prevent my bottom braces from sort of bashing into my top teeth, I have something called a bite guard that the dentist installed, and that's to prevent my teeth from closing all the way. So now that my teeth don't actually close all the way, chewing is a little bit awkward. I tend to gravitate towards softer foods just to make it easier to chew. I think that's been the biggest adjustment. The most annoying thing so far is definitely flossing. Like, flossing takes forever. So the dentist gave me something called Super Floss, which has like a hard end. You basically have to thread it through each brace or bracket. Oh, you guys, flossing takes forever. It's an absolute pain in the ass. A lot of people did recommend getting a water pick or water flosser, which I may look into. The dentist did recommend manual flossing just because I do have crowding issues, so they recommended that as the best method, but it just takes forever. So I think I definitely will look into a water flosser as well. So that's pretty much it. That's a little bit about my install and how my first month has been going, and I'll update you guys once I get to month 2. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.